wants to tame me. You can't catch me on the run, cause I'm gone, yeah. I blaze trails, set fire to what's behind me. No, I'm never looking back, I'm on the run. I could only ever be what I'm made to be. It feels good when I'm living on the edge. Watch me now, roll like thunder, gonna shake the ground. Can't stop me now, I don't give up and I won't back down. I'm a force of nature, can't be contained. I got lightning running all through my veins. Watch me now, watch me now.
Hi, I'm Wyatt Milam. I'm from Canova, West Virginia. When I'm back home, you'll find me at my local Par-Mar store.
We have that gold and blue pride at your local Par-Mar store. We are coming to your neighborhood soon. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Maryland, we have you covered. Download the Par-Mar app and sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card. Food, gas, groceries, and more, we are gold and blue proud, and we are Par-Mar stores.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Law offices of Mark Plants and Kevin Davis. First line of defense. Buzzballs, ready-to-drink cocktails. #1 single-serve premix brand in the U.S. Buzzballs. Have a ball. Mountaineer Nation, all you up there at Happy Valley, are you ready? That's right, the Mountaineers are coming, man. Up there at Happy Valley, Penn State and Indy Lions. Watch out, man. You never know what can happen on any given day. Maybe the Mountaineers can do it. Let's go. Hey, welcome to the special edition of the WolfMan's Call. I'm the Wolfman Dale Wolfley, and right here you have a man named Reno. And Reno Bellamy, and then you have a guy named Ranger Maverick. What's going on?
Nothing much, just getting ready for this game tonight.
Yeah, you fired up?
I am. I'm excited. You play that music, I get pumped up.
Well, I know. I mean, he didn't sound excited, did he?
He's low key.
He's low key. Oh my goodness. Well, listen. Before we bring up Al Johnson on here with us as well, I want to go ahead and get this up because this is the first. Now, normally we're going to be broadcasting every Friday and breaking down with the film and cover 2 data and myself and covering the money lines and doing that and talking about the games. But today's special, we're at the Pallet Bar, Scott Depot, West Virginia, man, and it's pretty awesome.
Yes. Look, they got Country Roast Trust beer.
Did you forget what that was?
I forgot.
That's why I call a man named Reno.
I thought you were going to scold me.
His last name. All right, so that's okay.
Thank
you very much. We're going to move on right now.
Do's and don'ts. Do's and don'ts.
To the Ranger and Ranger. When you look at this and you think about this game, what's at stake for the Mountaineers?
I mean, there's a lot at stake. Going into the last year of Neil Brown's contract and everything. They got to play well. They got to compete. Show that they're not just going to be written off like everybody says. Predicting for them to finish last in the Big 12 and everything, even over the new teams that are coming in and everything. I think they got a lot on the line. Just for pride. And I'm excited to watch.
All right. Well, with that being said, I gotta go ahead and do this. And what's going on is game days right here. It's brought to you by the law office of Mark Plants and Kevin Davis. First line of defense. You know what defense means? Be quiet, never mind.
We're going to need some.
You know what defense means?
I know what defense means.
All right, very good.
I'm going to vouch for Reno. I think he does too.
Kevin P. Davis, attorney at law. Love it. They are the main sponsor on the Friday break. Oh, man. So proud to have him. So glad. Hey, Plancy, what is he? He's a former fullback for the Mountaineers.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, that's brotherhood stays the same. You know what I mean? Very good. Well, when we talk about brotherhood, we're going to have to go ahead and bring this guy on here and talk about it as well. That, of course, is hello, Coach L. Johnson. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing super. How you guys doing?
I'm doing good, man. You just pop right out at me. I mean, before you're like there, and then boom, there's the boom right there. Are you fired up?
I'm excited. Hey, I got one question for you. Hey, there's 4 cans of Country Trust there. Who gets the 4th can?
Well, it's not going to be this guy, Reno.
I'm in Tennessee.
He's not even sure what it is.
We'll have it delivered to you, Coach.
Hey, make sure it's cold.
Absolutely.
Well, listen, here at the Pallet Bar, I'm telling you right now, we're in Scott Depot, West Virginia. It's a craft beer. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Woo! Yeah. We're fired up. This crowd, they want the Mountaineers to win, and you know what? They have a lot of hope. They have a lot of hope.
There's some diehards here.
Yeah, they got some diehards here, and they don't have any beers called FNB. Not at all. Frank not bothering. FNB. They don't have any beers there called that. But I will tell you this: they have. Well, how many beers? I can't see. 24 beers on tap.
24
Oh
on tap.
man, I'll tell you what. They bring it all in. They got all this here on the side. Man, it is just a big deal. We're so happy to be here, and I can't thank the Pallet Bar right there, man. It's amazing to be here, and I got to work in some free food. I got some free food worked into the deal.
You got to try the
good.
forklift. It's about this big.
What do you think, Al? Are you jealous now because you're not getting free food?
I'm very jealous, but hey, from what I can gather with when you send that beer, hey, send me one of those sandwiches, will you?
You got it.
Jeez, man, you want beer and you want sandwiches. Now, listen, we got to say it. Al Johnson, for those that are used to watching out here, of course, Coach Al, is a Mountaineer. He used to be a strength coach for the Mountaineers during the Don Nalen era. And he did go away for a couple of years and spend time in Major League Baseball. But he soon found out that the baseball guys weren't as cool as the football guys. So he had to come back in. And now he's USA Hall of Fame strength and conditioning. He's what are the URCSCCA, baby.
Yes, sir.
Strength, all right. Coaches, Collegiate Coaches Association. You are the Chief Development Officer and just really an all-around really cool dude.
I don't know about that. Hey, I wouldn't exaggerate that too much, Wolf.
Hey, you know what? I wanted to bring out, Coach Al is usually on our Monday, the panel broadcast, but he's out traveling around, gallivanting across the United States. A couple of weeks ago, he was in Vegas. I'm not going to say he was gambling, but I know he stayed there a few days. He actually may have came home early because he got short on money. Why is that?
Not hard to do.
No, he's out there. He is the top guy, one of the first guys to really get that honorary degree in coaching, strength, and conditioning. Hey, love you, Coach. Thanks for joining us, man. So, with that being said, before we get going, let's go ahead. We got Kelly McCourt. What's up, Kelly? How you doing, buddy? Let's see, where are you at there? Timmy Green, yep, right there. We'll put it up. Excellent. And we'll say hello to Timothy. Yes, very cool. Oh, here we go. We got, all right, cynically obnoxious. I'm doing my stretches because I'm not throwing my back out, catching all the people thinking we're going to pull some crazy upset. What? What? Did you see that? Are you reading that?
Upset?
Oh, my gosh. All right, so he's not doing heavy lifting.
No.
He's not. All right.
Calisthenics.
Cynically obnoxious. All right, there you go. And what do we got here? We're just going to go right down the list. We got Kelsey Whitlatch. I'd just like to say from Moundsville, we believe Colorado can do it, so can WVU. Let's go.
I knew it. I knew
What do you
people
think
would
about
be
that? Well, hey, if Prime Time can do it, so can NFB. Neil Brown, baby. Right on.
That would be special.
That would be special. No, I'm all in, man. I'm ready to go. What else we got here? I Coach Al. Al is definitely the man. Jeez, I can't believe that. All right, you're the man. Coach Al, I'll tell you what, man. It's called the WolfMan's Call, by the way, people. All right, whatever you keep saying, talking about, like a man named Reno or the Ranger or well, Coach Al, he does have some credit.
He's OG.
He's got credit.
He's OG.
Legit, right? He's got.
Hey, Wolf.
Yes.
Can we get this show started? I mean, is that crowd? Are they rowdy yet? Have they indulged yet? Very much.
They're all very hopeful.
Hey,
Are they in the hopeful stage right now?
you got to lead them at least one chant. Let's go, Mountaineers. I got to hear it. Because tonight, at Penn State and Happy Valley, they're going to be saying, "We are Penn State." Can you guys? You guys got any juice there?
Well, let me tell you this, right? Okay, because everything's on a delay here. But, you're going to hear this up there in Happy Valley. All right? And here's the deal. If you can go ahead and not hear that, all right, that means that Penn State's having a bad night. All right? That means you can stop. If you don't hear it often, every first down, every time a positive play at Penn State. All right? Oh, I hate that line. I'm telling you, when I heard that line, it was like, hey, you were there, Coach. You know what I'm talking about.
I've been there 4 times. Hey, is that when the Mountaineer steps on the Nittany Lion's tail? Makes that noise?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Well, we'll see. I was hoping it made that noise when the Mountaineer took that musket and shot it.
No, stop it. Stop it. Get Pete on us. Stop it.
All right. Hey, forget about PETA. We don't care about that. You know what I mean? We hurt nobody. The only one who gets hurt is over here, a man named Reno. He gets fired like 5 times from the show. So he got fired earlier today, hired once again. We had to do it, all right? I brought him back because, you know what? I needed a filler.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can fill a seat.
And then guess what? We got a filler because Hawkeye came by.
Yes, saved the day.
Hawkeye's here. Yeah, he will be saved the day.
Yes.
He'll be coming in when it's time to get astute knowledge.
Call him in.
You're out the door.
Out the door.
All right, astute knowledge. You're out.
Trade him
the
in,
door.
Coach.
Okay, yeah. We need a lefty. Here we go. All right, now listen. So we got the Neil Brown press conference. Let's go ahead and let's listen to what Coach has to say about heading into Happy Valley. He's never been there, mind you. Never been there, but I'm sure he's heard a lot about it. All right, here we go.
A ton of respect for Coach Franklin, you know, what he did at Vanderbilt and then now carrying on to Penn State. Offensively, who they are, they're multiple. I think they've done a really good job of being able to run the football versus about anybody they've played. And they've Coach Yurcich, the OC, they're familiar with him from being at Oklahoma State and really came up through the profession throwing the football. So he knows how to do both.
All right, Coach L, I'm going to start with you now. Let's say what James Franklin Vanderbilt, but James Franklin was also at Maryland. James Franklin does not like WVU. I'm pretty positive of that fact. Coach Yurcich, you heard him talk about it. Big 12, so you can see that Penn State is going to have a little bit. They'll go to empty set. No running backs, spread the receivers out 3 and 2, move over. All right, they'll go ahead and do that. They'll go a little bit Big 12 offense now, but they sure do like to run the ball. But what do you think about that? What's your thoughts?
You mean as far as like Penn State running the ball? I mean, I think the game. I mean, I think in the first 3 series of the game, you're going to be able to determine how physical, how tough the Mountaineers are lining up in the trenches. I mean, I want to see, can we move the ball? Can we stop the run? If you in the first 3 to 4 series of the game, you'll be able to tell a lot. But that's you know what? It's a different year. It's a different. Penn State's had to do their homework because we're not a team they play every year, and vice versa.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, Ranger, what do you think? Hey, Coach Franklin's got a lot of respect for him. He's headed up to Happy Valley. Would you say the same thing?
I'd say the same thing. I think it's gonna you're gonna be able to tell whether how tough the Mountaineers defense is against the run game in the first 3 to 4 series, and then after that, hopefully they figure out what the coaches seem like they're gonna do from Penn State, what they're gonna do the rest of the game. And like you said, I think they're gonna find out how tough they are and what they need to work on and what they need to any changes they need to make throughout the game.
All right, excellent.
Really, strength of their group is at the offensive line. A lot of experience returning. 2 tackles that will be for sure draft picks. One of them maybe the first tackle taken, and then their running back room special. There's been a lot of ink put out on that, and that's true. They're fast, they're big, they're strong, they have experience.
All right, so let's go ahead, Reno.
Yep.
You have an offensive line, 2 tackles. One is going to be the first offensive lineman taken to the draft. And God bless him, he stays healthy, right? So, go ahead and go with that. And the other tackle is going to be second day, but probably in the 3rd round. All right, so that, and then you did have Tangwell, the left guard. Okay, he did medical retire this past week. So, that, if you're looking for a little bit of a silver ray, a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, it might be, hey, okay, because you're going to see this all on film. And, when you have an offensive line, though, and just like the Mountaineers have an offensive line, right? So you have an offensive line and you can run the ball. There are things that you can do to help your circumstances. That's for sure. Am I correct, Coach Al?
There's no question. It's a team. It's a game of adjustments. It's a team that makes the best adjustments. Going to have a shot. It's, you got, the thing is, you guys know this. You're going to have to try to take the crowd out of the game. If you can take them out of the game, stop their offense, move the ball on them, take them out of the game, the atmosphere won't be as overwhelming as it can be.
Boy, if you could do that, you could actually try to shut down that Happy Valley crowd. Try to shut them down, because I had Jay Paterno on the show this past week. And, of course, he coached 17 years at Penn State. But he said Urban Meyer told him a Penn State night game is the loudest place he's ever played, even including over LSU. Even over a night game at LSU.
Over in Death Valley, huh?
Yeah, Death Valley. And, okay, Mr. Baton Rouge. Yeah, we know that. We know that. What do you think about that, Maverick?
I believe it was my freshman year, 2017. I was freshman at Akron, and we went in and we played Saquon Barkley in Penn State. And when those guys came back, because I didn't travel with the team, they said it was the loudest environment they've ever been in. And it was actually a really cool experience for them, even though we got throttled. But they said just being in there with that crowd, it was just a noon game, and then it was incredibly loud, and they had trouble communicating in the huddle and getting the calls from the coaches on the sideline. So I think it's going to be an experience.
All right. So not only do you have a whiteout going on tonight, right? They have what they call the stripe. So they're going to actually put a blue stripe down the 50-yard line in the stands. You can see all white, except for that section of gold and blue. In there, there's a section, which down the 50-yard line, you're going to see a stripe of blue. I don't know if that means 3 or 4 rows. I don't know, but this is the first time ever. So we're going to find out, and we're going to see. Let's continue on, shall we?
Not sure who we'll see. Perbula, we know him from recruiting him really hard. He's athletic, extremely talented. And then Alar, he played well last year. He played, almost 150 snaps last year, so he's played and had to play in their opener last year in a tough situation, and he proved himself last year. Receivers, they lost a lot, but they're really talented. They've got a number of guys they can play, and they've got good speed that they've added through the portal. And so it's kind of them on offense.
Yeah,
a ton of respect for Coach Frank.
Yeah, that went back there. All right, so let's take a look at this, all right? You're talking about Alar, all right? We think everybody knows it's kind of like, is Garrett Green going to start for WVU today? All right, they both kept him off the 2 deep. They didn't come out with 2 deep, so they're like keeping these really badly known secrets. All right, so it's going to be Alar, all right? Neil Brown can say what he wants. You might see the other quarterback, but starting it's going to be Alar. All right, we know that Garrett Green is going to start. Badly kept secrets. I can't stand the 2 deep. I can't stand it, but you don't sit there and put it out there. All right? Put it out there. This is who we got. This is what we're going. By the way, we already know who you got at 2 deep, because you put them in spring, you put them in the summer, and then all of a sudden in fall camp, I'm not sure I want to put on the 2 deep. All right? I don't know, because after that first game, it's going to be, knock the games off. All right, so when you think about that, you think about Alar, first quarterback, all right? And I'm going to go to you, Reno. First quarterback, start for him. He is 35 of 60. He actually has I got some really nice film coming up. But what do you think about this? And then you think about the running backs behind him.
Well, you started off with the linemen being so strong. These guys are probably going to have a really fun day. You got the running back and the quarterback. If no one's going to get to them, they're going to have opportunity to be successful.
Yeah, no doubt. Entertainment at its best right there. How about you, Ranger?
like when we were listening to Coach Neil Brown, he said fast, physical, strong, and have a lot of experience. Or like Reno said, we'll just see, the game is won at the line of scrimmage. If our defense can control that defense line, put pressure on the quarterback, then that's going to be a completely different game. But if this offensive line dominates the Mountaineers defense, then it's going to be a long day for us.
Yep. Coach Al, you've been there. You've trained me. You've trained all the great Mountaineers back in that Don Nalen era. Offensive line, man, how important is it to establish your will upon your opponents?
There's no question. I mean, you got to impose your will from the very first snap and be able to sustain that. And the game, I mean, I'm hoping the game is close. And if you can sustain that pressure and that intensity, you get into the fourth quarter, you got a chance. I mean, you got a shot. The other thing I think you're talking about the offensive line being big, strong, powerful. And by the way, if you take the pads off, does it have an S on the T-shirt? That's my question. But why I'm saying that is one of the keys to the game may be the depth of your defensive lineman, be able to roll in some fresh bodies and keep those guys fresh against that mighty Penn State offensive line.
Well, it is mighty, and there's no doubt, because I can tell you, as I look at this, and you have Olu Fashanu, I mean, that is the best lineman I've seen in a lot of years. The best left tackle. I'm going to show it to you in the film here in a little bit, but there's no doubt. So, Coach, let me ask you this. If you can establish a run, are you worried about a quarterback that hasn't started a game yet?
No, not at all. Not at all, because they'll establish the run and take the pressure off the quarterback throwing the ball. Then they'll go to their short game or the intermediate game. What I'm saying is they'll use the run to set up the pass. And so if they establish that line of scrimmage, I mean, they'll try to just move the ball up and down the field and just grind you.
No doubt about it. Timothy Green says that when the Mountaineers are done with them, he's going to have a yellow line. They're going to have a yellow line down their back, kind of like the Cowardly Lion in the Wizard of Oz. I mean, give me some courage. Put them on. I got courage, right? I mean, kind of like you, Reno. You know what I'm saying? So a little bit of a courage there for the Mountaineers to go a long ways in beating these Lions up there at Happy Valley. Let's continue on.
Franklin, what he did at Vanderbilt, and then now carrying on, and really came up through the profession throwing the football, so he knows how to do both.
Yep.
Really, strength of their group is at the offensive line. It's one of them, maybe the first tackle taken, room special. There's been a lot of ink put out on that, and that's true. They're fast, they're big, they're strong, they have experience.
Defense. All right.
I'm not sure who we'll see.
I don't know why that keeps going back to me. I'm going to tell you this right now. So this defense, when you look at this, they have what? They have possibly 9 in their 2 deep for draft picks in the NFL. 9 2 deep. This is coming back for one of the best defenses last year. And I could look at the stats, man, and it's just ugly, man. It's ugly, but they have 9. Don't worry about that piece. We got to go in it. That's just ugly. What do you think?
9 draft picks is almost an entire defense on an NFL
is that
squad.
Insanity?
that is crazy. It sounds like we're talking about Alabama.
No, it does. But
Or the Bengals.
But then you go ahead and you have 2 running backs. That one was 1,061, Singleton. Yeah, Allen, that was he was 861 yards. And then you got Trey Potts, who was still over career 800 yards. You got 3 running backs that are 800 plus yards. And, you got an offensive line that is backing. And I'm also going to show you this, is you got 2 tight ends. And then you go ahead and you put their defense out there. And you think about their defensive ends. Both of those guys have a really good chance to get drafted. Kalen King, number 4, the cornerback, is supposed to be in the first round. Okay, he's preseason All-American. So they have all these players when you look at them, and I'm saying, like Isaac Adiza, Devon Eilis, and Hakeem Beeman. Those are all defensive linemen. So you talk about in the trenches, Al Johnson, that Penn State defensive line and defense is just smothering.
Yeah, but the thing, Wolf, we're only playing them once. If we played them 10 times, maybe we don't win the majority of the games. But tonight we play them 1 time, and those 9 all pro draft picks. It doesn't matter. They got to play. If we play our best game and we play with a chip on our shoulder, which I hope and I would anticipate that the Mountaineers would bring to Happy Valley, then I don't care if they're all world. I don't care if they made their Little League All-Star team. They still got to play the game.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, man. But all
Yeah,
right.
hey, Wolf, the other thing, think about this.
Mhm.
This team, you talk about a chip on your shoulder. Have you thought about how enormous this game is as far as like not only for the university, but it is for the state of West Virginia? The pride and respect of the people in those coal mine cities in the middle of nowhere in West Virginia that they're hanging their hat on, watching this game or attending this game or listening to this game. I mean, it's monumental.
No, you're right about that. All right, last one from Neil Brown. This is talk about what the Mountaineers have to do to win in Happy Valley.
Specifics on each side. I think offensively, is the strength of our football teams on the offensive line. We've got to win some one-on-one battles up front versus, again, maybe probably the most talented group will play up front all year as a whole. We're going.
What do you think of that?
We've got to win some one-on-ones up front, and we've got to be able to break tackles. It's a group that can really run, and they get to it, so we've got to be able to break some tackles.
Okay, so what do they have to do? They have to have the offensive line has to win one-on-one battles. Maverick, let's talk about winning one-on-one battles.
In winning the one-on-one battle, especially like in the tight end game, if you have a good tight end that can take on a defensive end, you can use those extra tackle and guard that you don't have to waste double teaming the defensive end to make the way to the, the second level. And if you take care of those second level guys, I'll take a running back on a safety all day, especially, a big violent runner that's going to, drop his pad level and make a play on those guys that are going to come up and try to ankle tackle him. So I think that's a huge thing, and I think that's something he's referring to.
Yeah, absolutely. Open field tackling, how important is it? Looking at the Mountaineers last year, being one of the worst open field tackling teams that you watched in college football, and all they did on defense during fall camp and even into spring ball is they focused. They call themselves they're calloused tacklers now. They know how to tackle. They tackled it. Their last scrimmage this summer is they said that they went full go just like any game, and they've improved so much. What do you think about that, Reno?
Let me ask you this. Well, so I hear you say that. I hear that they're saying that. I heard that. Are you saying so if they come out if they play the same way on defense they did last year, what's going to happen?
Well, what's going to happen is they're going to miss tackles.
They're going to get, yeah.
I mean,
So
what they're saying is they're improved.
Yes, I know they're saying they're improved, but I want to see it. I got to see it.
Okay, so you're Missouri and you want to be show me.
Yeah.
I think we're all in that boat right now.
Right.
I think that we're all ready here because last year, remember, they said that was the most athletic secondary that they had, and the secondary really let them down last year. Coach Al, how important is it for against these running backs and to go ahead to get free, to disengage from their blockers, whether it be an offensive lineman, a wide receiver, or a tight end, to go ahead and to be able to run through these tackles and actually be fundamentally sound because they practice it all summer camp.
There's no question, but if you think about blocking, you think about tackling. We're talking about tackling. I mean, it's about desire and it's about attitude. So when you line up, to stop the run, you have to arrive at the ball with a really bad attitude. At the ball carrier or the receiver, when you go to make a tackle, you have to have a bad attitude at the point of contact. And if we can do that, we'll be in the game. We'll stay in the game.
Yeah. Well, I think you're right. Hey, listen, if you can block and you can tackle, you can stay in any game. And that means you have to actually do it. But yes, you're 100% correct. All right, so let's go ahead and let's jump up here. We've been talking about this cover 2 that all you money risk takers, all right, or if you want to be the smartest guy in the room, if you want to be like Reno, who thinks he's the smartest guy in the room, go ahead and jump on here. But let's go ahead and talk about Jeff Davies. He came on the show and he talked about this, Reno. And when you look at this, go ahead and read that for me.
You talk about the success rate?
Yeah, right now.
Yeah. So success rate is the efficiency metrics that determines the success of the play. Successful plays meet one of the following criteria.
Okay, you're going too low. Here we go. The offense score, right? 1 is first downs, which gain at least 50% of the yards to go. Second downs, which gain at least 70% of the yards to go. Third and fourth downs, which gain at least 100% of the yards to go. All right? Predicted points added. PPA is the same thing as EPA. There are various different models for calculating EPA, and EPA and PPA uses this site's custom EPA model. All right, what does that mean?
That's something I had to look up. I never knew this. I never learned about this. So what they've done is they've matched the EP. They call this the EP, the expected points. So if you're first out, you're on the 20 and it's 1st and 10, you're expected to get 3 yards. If you don't get 3 yards, you don't get that expected points. You get low or high.
Okay.
If you get 10 yards on that carry, you're higher than your EP. So they found a way to calculate this based on the yardage that you start with and based on what the expected down and distance would be for a successful play like that, and that's how they're able to measure it.
All right.
So
very
it's
good.
important.
Good job. I was impressed. Havoc refers to the percentage of plays and with the defense recorded at TFL. Forced a fumble, intercepted a pass, or broke up a pass. And it's causing havoc. It says what it means.
I love this. I love this. Havoc.
Yeah, go ahead. Havoc.
Well, I mean, what do you want me to say about it? Havoc is something that the defense.
Well, it's positive for the defense. It's negative for the offense.
It's not a good thing.
Once again, top-notch reporting here. All right, usage is the percentage of plays in which a player was involved. Recordable events include passes, incompletions, rushes, receptions, and targets. So that's telling you everything that's going on, right?
Yes.
All right, so here, let's move it to West Virginia now, man. Let's go ahead and hit it. Oh, look at this now. There we go.
Yes.
We're up here. We got this. Go ahead, explain it.
What part do you want me to explain? They got the net success. So what they're saying here is based on predicted points and per the attempt, predicted points that West Virginia is a 0.7. So they about do what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
Penn State, they're 4.5%. They're ahead. They're above. That's the way I'm seeing it. We got to get back with that Davies guy you had on there, the doctor. He can tell us more. But if I got this wrong, then you move over to the Havoc, which is my favorite. They're saying that Penn State's 12%. They cost 12% of the time. They cause damage.
Yeah.
They have fumbles. They cause fumbles.
And they're high.
Yes, that's the game, right? That's the special teams.
That's what you don't want to have happen,
Yeah.
especially when you're on the road.
Right. And as far as West Virginia, this is netting this, they're behind on the Havoc. And that's the difference of the game. That's going to be a major difference of the game.
All right, so with that being said, 20.5 points down. What are you thinking? Are you taking Penn State at 21? Or are you taking WVU?
Seems to think WVU.
And this is a disclaimer that you make your own bets. It's not on me. All right, it's not on him. It's not on him. It's not anybody. But you taking it.
I believe the last time I saw the spread on Twitter, I think it was 18.
It's 20.5 right
Okay,
now.
20.5 right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so, if they're wreaking the havoc at 12% of the time and, 12% of the time they're causing a fumble or anything, if you let that happen at a night game in Happy Valley, I do not think it's going to go well for the Mountaineers. So I think they got to take care of the ball and they can't make any mistakes really if they're going against the top, what is Penn State rank? They're top 15 or whatever. 7, yeah. So going in there and making mistakes in that crowd in a night game, I don't think it will go well. But if they go in there and, like we said earlier, and avoid those mistakes and the ball bounces their way, I think they can make it a game and possibly come out with a win.
All right. What do you think, Coach?
Tell you what, in a home game, don't they always say that a home game is worth a touchdown? I mean, playing at home, you're guaranteed. 7 just to line up on your own field. I mean, I think that obviously you're going to go with West Virginia. I don't think. I mean, we keep talking about how good Penn State's defense is and sing their accolades, but the thing is if we can stop, it could be a close game. If we can stop their offense, this is going to be a closer game than 21 points, in my opinion. If we can stop.
Are you going to take it or not? Which one are you taking?
I'm taking Mountaineers. I'm taking.
All right, there you go.
Absolutely.
Reno?
I can't do it. I wish I could. Even though cover 2 data says that they should cover the points, I can't do it. I got to go with Penn State.
Get him off the show.
Hey, you know what? Just for that, hey, Reno.
Firing.
Fired. There we go. All right, we got.
He'll be back in 15 minutes.
He'll be back. Don't worry about it. All you Reno fans, don't worry. He'll be back. But right now, get out of here because we got the Hawkeyes got to come in. All right, so I'm not going to give my prediction till the very end. All right, to the very end, and I want to show you because I want to show you some film now. I want to get at it. Let's go, Hawkeye. All right, so what do you think about this? Cover 2 data. All right, when you look at it, you got a havoc rate, you have success rate, of the Mountaineers' running attack, but Penn State also had the same thing. But the defense really made the difference for Penn State in a positive. But the defense really is bad. And when you look at that for the Mountaineers from last year, again, these are all last year's stats, so you got to think about it. Now, think about this, all right? The offensive line, you listen to this, Coach Johnson, the offensive line is back. So when you look at these stats, the same thing, stats, you can use that. You can go ahead. All right, you got different quarterbacks on both teams. But so is the defense, and so is the havoc rate. So you're going ahead and look at that. You're looking at that havoc rate and the success of the Mountaineers' running game, and then you're looking at the success of the Penn State's running game, and then the lack of success by West Virginia. All right, what is your take? It's 20.5 points. What are you doing?
Well, you look at the stats, it's all about staying in front of the chains. I think that's what it comes down to when you look at that first, second, and third down percentage. You gotta stay in front of the chains. If you get behind the chains, you're in trouble. WVU's got to stay in front of the chains all night. If they get behind the chains, I think they're going to be in trouble.
So you're seeing trouble from them?
Yes, I think if WVU doesn't run the ball successfully, if CJ can't find some creases and take the pressure off of Garrett, we're in some serious trouble.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and start this up here then and get this going. And let's take a look here. And let's see over here. Now, this is what I broke down. I want to show you. This is offensive line. I told you about Olu, number 74, the left tackle. You can watch this right now, and you can see what they got. All right, you can see they like to do a lot of 11 personnel, a lot of 12 now personnel. They have 2 tight ends this year, Theo Johnson. They have Warren Tyler. Theo Johnson's a junior. Warren Tyler's a junior, so they're big guys, 6'6". They're powerful. You look at their offensive line, it's older guys. As I said, Olu would have gotten number 74 to left tackle, would have gotten drafted in the first round, probably the first offensive lineman this year. But I found out that he's only 20 years old, so his parents wanted him to come back. Only 20 years old. Now go ahead. Let's go ahead and watch this. And you can see, I got him circled right there, the left tackle. And you can go up. Watch his feet. This is a 6'6", 320-pound man. He's got incredibly long arms. Look at the footwork. Look at the movement. He never stops moving his feet. Now, how far away is that defender out of the play?
He's blown up.
All right, he's out of there.
It's about 10 yards.
Yeah, exactly. So 10 yards, all right? We're going to go ahead, and we're going to watch this. We're going to roll this as fast as we can to make sure we get it. But look at his base. Look at his knee bend. This, again, is a 6'6", 320-pound. All right, that's what our defense is. Now, watch all of Penn State's offensive line. And when you see this, again, 58 just retired from a medical, some type of injury, so he just retired a couple days ago. But you can see right here, it's a big deal, man. And look at that, running. We haven't even gotten to the running backs yet, but watch. Look at him again. You see that? Now, this is Singleton here, 1,061 yards. He averaged 6.8 yards per rush. Nick Singleton, he was a freshman, just like Allen. All right, Katron Allen. And this is Singleton again. Look at his speed coming around the corner. He's going to burst it. If he gets outside, everybody, that is trouble. You see that, Coach Johnson?
I do. What's impressive, look at the feet of the linemen. Look at how well they bend, but look how wide their bases are. They keep their wide base sustained when they're blocking.
Yeah, they're absolutely. I mean, again, as I go ahead and I show that, but I show that because if we're going to really look at this, we really need to know what they're about. And you can just look at this offensive line. They're all 320-pounders. You know, you look at WVU's defensive line. You got Eddie Vestanarin at 283. You know, you got to look at, you got Lockhart, he's at 309. I want to see what kind of shape he's in. Last year he was not. Let's hope, I hear you, good news is that he's ready to roll. So that's always good news to hear. But what do you see, Keith, when you see this offensive line?
I see road graders. I mean, these guys are going to push you off of the ball. They stay engaged. And the running backs read their blocks very well.
Oh, they do, don't they? And that's what makes it special. They have patience. They have patience. What do you see, Matt?
I see a lot of power under control. Like Coach was saying, a lot of they're good base, knee bend, and everything. Power under control, moving these guys where they want them to go, and creating those little creases for those athletic running backs to take the slightest opening and make it a big play out of it.
Now I had, like I said, Jay Paterno on here, Coach Jay, former coach, and he thinks that Allen here may be better because he can do things in the passing game. He has ball skills. He had 20 receptions on the season. Katron Allen right here. And I'll just tell you, it's a 1-2 punch. And don't forget about Trey Potts, like I said before, who has over 800 yards. One of, 5 or 6 FBS teams that have that type of experience. Go ahead and look again. You see, now look at that, man. Look at this big hole, this big hole. I'm going to show you something here. I'm going to have to do a little bit of education, I think. That's right. We keep it moving. Wow, that's just a really good run, really good act. I mean, right there is solid. Okay, let's just see this right here. Now, watch this defense, all right? Put it out. He has 861 yards, 20 receptions, as I said. That's after 1,061 from Singleton. All right, that's after their number one guy got hurt last season. Now watch 74. I tell you, he's a big man, right? Okay, look at him here. Now look at this separation right here. Okay, look at this hole. Like, you see the outside contain. Coach Josh, you see the outside contain here? What's the defense trying to do?
Trying to keep him inside if it can. Looks like 13's getting ready to stick his foot in the ground and plant and get blocked by, looks like 86 coming off the corner.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Look at that. You see that, Keith? You see what? Yeah. Guess what you're not going to be able to do? Not going to be able to do what? Arm tackle.
You got to wrap up.
You got to wrap up. That's for sure. Here we go. Let's take a look. Coming up the next play. Again, look at that. Look at this close down the line. He just takes the whole end. Remember, you see that?
And then look at what the tight end does. He takes away the edge defender with that little motion out, like he's going to run into the flats there, and it just like quarterback making the read. Instead, now that linebacker goes out with him, and look what happens.
Where is the gap integrity of a defense?
No one touches him.
That's a different play. Now watch. All right? Watch Theo Johnson, 84. You see him there, and you see the end. Now, if you can't send that defensive tackle down inside 74 Olu, all right, and then have the other guy that's playing force on the quarterback, okay, and then if you're going to have play man right here, all right, you got to have contain. He's just running out. So look at the difference here. Look at the gap. And that's what these new defenses are doing, because they're trying for those tackle for losses, right? Look at this. So I'm showing you Theo Johnson right there, the tight end, all 6'6". There you go. Check it out. Look at this whole. That's now fundamentally sound. I'm getting that because this is the way West Virginia plays. This is what I'm trying to point out. All right.
Well, who is this team they're playing right there? Who is this?
That is, I think it's, I forget. I know it's Western Michigan or something like that.
Yeah, it looks like Central, maybe.
Maybe Central. All right, there you go. I did actually have it, but watch this, Al. Okay, but this is what it is. It's either a tackle for loss or 5 or more. Okay, that's the new age defense. They're trying to get you TFL, put you in a thing. But if they screw up, as you see right here, watch this now. All right. You got no contain except the guy who's trying to watch the quarterback. Whoa, look at that. Do you see that? I mean, that is what I'm talking about. That is not gap integrity. You have no outside contain.
No, and the umpire gets a really good block, though, on this play. He really helps out.
He does, but regardless, he's not going to hit him before 5.
Well, that's right.
He's not going to hit him before 5. So, again, you see this play, and that's just a touchdown there, but look at it again. You have these defense. There's no gap. Where's the gap integrity?
You can see the defensive end there that number 74 is blocking. He goes from outside to inside, and as soon as he goes inside, that's when 13 bounces it right up the middle and scores a touchdown untouched.
I can go down and show you team after team on this that was doing this. Now, what is this, Ranger? This is Pistol.
This is PTSD is what this is.
This is what?
PTSD, running that split flow.
All right. So you're saying split zone, right? Because now, Coach Johnson, you're taking the Theo Johnson. This is 12 personnel. This is what I think. Hey, folks, this is, if you got Drew Allard, first-time quarterback, I think they're going to line up at 12 personnel and convincingly come out and try to run the ball. What does 12 personnel do, Coach Johnson? It adds gaps, does it not?
Yes, absolutely.
And that's gap, so that makes it more. And then you go ahead and they do a lot of motioning, and and then the defense has to check that. And knowing that, again, that is something that the Mountaineers had to work on this whole year from the offseason, and Neil Brown has addressed that. But again, you see Pistol, now you see Theo Johnson, the right H-back, one by one split up the right tackle. He's coming over, so everybody blocks down to the right, and then you got a tight end coming back, and it's called split zone. But it's 12 personnel because you can see right here. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Warren that was coming across the field. Johnson was blocking down, but you'll be able to see that on the end zone. But look at this play. This is, again, this is not just Central Connecticut. This is all the time. This is all the time that I'm watching this. Again, you want to see the two tight ends. You want to see what they're going to try to do to the Mountaineers tonight. What I think they're going to do, this is on me, so it's you can find out. Pay attention and watch, but you got to get the split zone 12 personnel. And you know what? They're going to try to run with these great running backs, and you can see the blocking. And there you have it, man. Like I said, I could keep going down and get out. Just you can't play a defense like that. And I see it all the time. When you see a defender on defensive end attack upfield to the quarterback, so he's now 4 yards. You see that 4 yards deep, and then everybody else is on the line of scrimmage. There's a gap right, not only wide, but now depth-wise, right? Because the defense has to do what? You have to have a philosophy. Am I playing on the same level? Am I attacking through the gaps? What am I doing? But if you go ahead and leave contain on a different level, that's what you get. Holes like that. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you're seeing it.
Yeah, Matt, go ahead.
Especially like from playing tight end myself, it was the best when you knew you had that guy lined up inside the tackle because he's just going to block down. I'm going to take his hip, and then I'm going to, especially when that guy goes outside to take his hip and then go up to the linebacker, that's just the biggest gap in the world, especially if I don't have to touch his hip where he doesn't here and he goes up to 22. That's the best play in football, in my opinion.
Okay, look at Theo Johnson. He's doing what? He's throwing out the
Keeping the distance, yep, the flipper.
Keeping the distance, but he's doing the flipper, and he's keeping the distance, but he's also doing what? Making him think he's going to try to
take him for a second.
Just set him up for a second.
Yeah, hesitate.
Just for the other tight end, Warren, to come across. But look how deep he is. You can't play defense there on different levels.
It's making him run the loop.
I think I made my point. All right, we'll keep it moving.
Hey, Wolf, another thing you notice is that the backs do a great job of getting past the front seven. Once they get past that front seven, like you say, that you've got the back three or four that have to come up and make a tackle in open field, makes it difficult on teams, especially if they don't tackle well.
All right. Now, you see, this is different, too. This isn't Central Connecticut or
looks like
Central,
Northwestern.
Yeah, it's Northwestern, right? Okay, so you saw this. Where's the contain here, Coach? Where's the contain? Watch this. This is the way West Virginia plays defense. So they're trying to get that tackle for loss, or they do what? They give up big plays. Am I making myself clear? Because I'm not sure.
No.
Am I clear? No, honestly. You can tell me, man. If I'm not doing it, then... But here we go. So we'll keep it rolling. And, again, you're not going to do what? When you come in on sideways on them, you are not going to bring these backs down because they are just too powerful, too strong. They're too fresh because they have three of them that they can go through. And that's another trouble at the Mountaineers. Here we go. Watch this. You said now TFL, glory or stupidity. So you're trying for a tackle for loss for the glory. But is this stupidity? Watch this. Well, where's the outside contain? Now, if I did that and I was paid $800,000 as a defensive coordinator, Power 5 for Northwestern, what would you do?
Fire you.
What would you do? There's no contain, Coach.
Look at that. Yeah, there is no contain.
There's no contain. I even double this up. All right? Look, I'm getting paid $800,000, and this is what I come up with. Where's your contain? He's coming underneath. He's not trying to get outside, the first number one on the left guard. I mean, that's what I'm talking about, and let's see about West Virginia. I hope this year that Jordan Leslie is taking a tougher approach and, I guess, scientific or gap integrity or outside contain, because that's what you have
gap
to do.
Integrity.
Especially when you're looking at this offensive line that can just move and run. How many times do you see them pull? In fact, they line up to a strength to the left, a running strength, and then all of a sudden they pull two linemen or a tight end and a lineman back to the weak side, and they're outnumbering you. That's what you have to worry about with Penn State. I mean, again, I'm watching this. Look at these holes. I'm going to just let this run through again because this is Northwestern now. All right, these are like really smart dudes, right? I mean, how smart do you have to be when you sit there and you have 5? Okay, wait to the end zone here. Go ahead, check it out. So they got a run blitz going on, and obviously the backer is not strong enough to maintain it, but they're not even trying. When I say gap integrity, look at this. All right, watch this. Now watch the backer. He's going to come over, right? He's going to fool them all. Look right there. I mean, do you see that?
No, he chooses the side, and he's got to hold his block, and therefore gap integrity is no more.
But no, he wasn't even trying to get to the A gap.
That's what I'm saying. He chooses a way, and then chooses the way the offensive line takes him that way, and the running back chooses the other way, run off his butt.
Folks, I'm trying to teach you a little bit of a lesson in football. If you play this, it's crap. And just like that, you see backs. You know what? Hey, Coach Johnson, you know this. All offensive coaches, all right, they want shots. If you're in the open field as a running back or wide receiver, what chance will they take? They'll take one-on-one chance, will they not?
You mean what's the chance of it making the tackle for a back?
Right. What I'm saying is, if you're an offensive coach, you'll say, if I have a defender out in one-on-one with my running back,
you got to win all the one-on-one battles.
Yep. And you got to take that chance.
Hey, Wolf, show another frame from the back. I want people to look at the hips, thighs, and butt development on those 5 offensive linemen for Penn State. Look how big and thick. I mean, no wonder they could run the ball. You think? Hey, let me ask you this question, Wolf. Do you think they squat or they leg press? What do you think?
They definitely squat.
Definitely squat. They get down, baby. They get down. All right. Now they may do leg press as a side thing, but they definitely squat. All right. There we go. Watch it right again here. Again, this is Al. So you say who's worse? What's worse? Should we get Singleton, who got over 1,000 yards? All right. Watch this here. He just takes it. He just mauls. It separates and mauls. He never stops moving his feet. I'm fascinated by I haven't seen an offensive lineman quite like him, because you got to recall that his arms are so long, and that when you have length over defenders, all right, not like me who didn't have long arms, length over defenders, you can do so much. Young man, he's only 20 years old, only 20, and he could have gone last year. All right, now watch Theo Johnson. He's got to go ahead and he's got to go in motion here. All right, what happens? Okay, it makes the defense adjust. Makes you think. All right, so that's part of it. Now you got to think of being out here, Penn State. You go in motion, and I mean, it's right up the middle, baby.
That's some arm crackling.
Just right. Look at your players, man. And Al, you know what's the same thing as you said? They don't stop moving their feet, so their knees are bent. They got their big butts going down, and they don't stop moving their feet. And look at that guy trying to arm tackle. Let's check out.
Hey, Wolf, run that back. Look at 77 on this play. Look at 77 maul this defensive tackle. What's 77 for Penn State as the back runs by? What's 77?
The right guard right there, yeah.
Watch, right there. Boom.
Yeah, we call that a pancake.
Yeah, it's not even time for breakfast.
All right, this will be the last play I want to show. But listen, you can't arm tackle these running backs. This is what I'm trying to show. You're going to run through it. Here we go. This is what I want to see. All right, try to watch this here. You can't do it. And right there, arm tackling. Look at the no, man. They're going to run through it. All right, very good. Let's go back to the next one. Got to be able to show you here, Drew Alar. This is so cool, man. How are we doing on time? We're taking some time for sure. But we're going to go ahead and crank this here. Let me just get it right up here. All right, so now, everybody, we see this with Coach Johnson popping up there. All right, very good, Coach. I know you don't mind it. Watch this now. All right, let's take a look at this. Is against the progression on Drew Alar, the quarterback. This is a freshman last year. He's playing against Michigan. We all know that what Michigan has to offer and how tough they were. So watch his progression here. Hey, look at him. Look left. He's looking left, And this is a true freshman quarterback. All right? You think he can handle this? Look at his progression. Look at his check down. So can he handle check downs and do this? Yes, he can. And you see it right here, and it's off to the races, right? Again, you see him. Look
at
him.
that
You
pocket.
see him look left. Look right. Well, yeah. I mean, that's what you get when you get a line, and it looks good. All right, so we can see that he can go ahead and handle a progression, look left, look right, not there, have composure. That's pretty good for a rookie, right?
And to step up in the pocket like that,
And
too.
to step up and deliver. Okay, again, this is 3rd and 1, or 4th and 1. All right, so now you're looking at this. They're giving him a chance, right? What is it? It's a 3rd and 1, excuse me. So what they're doing is, this is junk right here. Do you see the distance between the receiver and the DB? Right? You're going on 3rd and 1, so they're saying as a Michigan game, a freshman saying, all right, go ahead and take it. That's what Jake Spavital called junk garbage, because it's right here. You're giving it to him. Giving it to him. That's not the play. That's an RPO, man. That's just a freebie, takes it. But again, is he savvy enough in the big house at Michigan to go ahead and do this on a 3rd and 1? That's what I'm trying to show you. All right, now it's 4th and 1 right here. Again, he doesn't make it, but look, 4th and 11.
11, yeah.
Excuse me, 4th and 11. And he goes ahead. Now, it just came up short, but he still delivers in the big house. That's the composure. That's what you're thinking about with this quarterback. Okay, we'll continue on here in Ohio, and we'll just keep it moving. You see him here. Look at his gun. Look at his can. He's clearly on target. Watch his footwork. He's 6'5", 243 pounds. Okay, they're not going ahead. They're not like sitting back and saying, you know what, we're just going to hand the ball off. We're going to trust you to be able to throw the ball. Okay, look at this. Oh, now this is my favorite. Now, what do you say with this tight end screen right here, Hawkeye? Was this my favorite?
Yes, you love the tight end screen.
Right there, Coach Johnson, tight end screen. Look at this. All right, that's what you can do with tight ends. I hope to see Cole Taylor for WVU getting a lot of that. Oh, there you go. Unbelievable. You see the tight end. We'll keep moving on here. Keep moving on. We doing this again? There we go. I get excited. I keep putting more clips down there. Here we go. Oh, no, check this out. Here comes the heat, baby. Watch, you see the heat? Now listen, so I said he has composure, right? He could go on 3rd and 1 and throw the out with his garbage yards. You can think. Now he can do what? Now he can see the blitz coming, and he's got to be responsible for the blitz guy because the line's taken up. So what? He's got to go ahead and deliver. There you go. Come on now.
A little sidearm throw right there around the defender.
That's what we're talking. 6'5", 245. This young guy, you know, he's not a 5-star for nothing. And when you say is he mobile, he can keep the plays going. You watch here. Look at this. Look at that. Wow. All right. Do you see him mobile? 6'5". Look at him move in the pocket. Right. And that's incredible. He keeps his eye field. It's a true freshman now. I want you to watch number 13 here, Allen, the running back, because they said he does so many good things away from the ball. Watch here. You got to respect this. See this? Look at him pick up the blitz. Coach, look at that. A running back. That's a true freshman here picking up this blitz.
Look at that. Tell you, he stuck his nose in there. It was key. That was one of the keys for this play.
Ranger, what do you think?
Feel bad for that linebacker. He didn't see it coming, and he just
got right to chops, right? Okay.
Yeah, if you don't see somebody come across
you could
face,
pause it, and you
better
could
be
probably
ready.
see that moment in his brain where he's like, oh, crap.
Oh, look at this. They say, does he air it out? Yes, he airs it out. Right, the 32 yards right here. All this is
Touch.
play action pass. Puts it up there. Is going all the way. You can see it. We'll show more plays. But again, this is what you're getting at right here, man. And it's impressive. It is impressive. And there you go. Let's see. This is for the side version, so you can see him attack. He's going all the way. So are they afraid to go with him for the bomb? No. They're going to go ahead. They're going to take their shot, and you're going to see again. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to go 2 tight ends. They're going to go 1 tight end. They're going to run the ball with these running backs. They're going to try to wear you out. And you're going to see here. Now, look at this. All right. He doesn't have an S on him, does he?
No.
He's not super. Anytime you can put pressure on a quarterback, he's not the best runner, but he is nimble in the pocket. But this is what you get. When you can put pressure on him, Tom Brady, I don't care who it is. Now, look at that's Nick Singleton, the running back. All right, linebackers, take note. Lee Koba coming in at a blitz. All right, that's not Allen, number 13. This is 10, Singleton right here. All right, manhandling him and getting the blitz. That's what I'm talking about. This is the type of play that the Mountaineers have to do to be successful. They're going to have to do this. Again, now they're getting, forcing here? Big incompletion. All right, watch. Oh, look at 74. Did you see him just sit down and stop? You know how hard that is to do?
It's very hard.
When you got to sit down, a bull rush. And I just wanted to point that out. Coach, you saw the big buttocks?
Yep.
There's your big buttocks right there. Watch him again, 74 to the left tackle. Here comes a bull rush, and he gets caught high. Look how high he is. The defender's got leverage, right? Coach, what does he do? He sits it down, he squats. He stops him. And the other guy comes around, puts the pressure, makes a negative play. He's not Superman now, right?
That's right.
That's what I'm trying to say. He's not Superman, misses open plays. Okay? So again, go ahead and you can take advantage of this. You see that? Now, right here. You see this? That's a read zone, right, Maverick? They'll run. They like him enough to at least attempt to show a read zone. The defense cannot be fooled. And watch this, because I've seen a couple times last year, Penn State get big yards on a quarterback read zone. They don't usually run it. So you fall asleep. You see that, Coach?
Yeah.
You can't fall asleep, can you?
No, not at all. Not at all. You got to keep your head on the swivel and be locked in. You just
You're going to test it. You have to. So you got to worry about the running back coming. You got to worry about the offensive line. You still have to focus on this. Now, this is 4th and 1. This is the big man here. This is 6'5", 245. All right, this is 4th and 1, and this is what they do. Don't be surprised. Look at this. Coming through a shotgun. I hate the shotgun at 4th and 1, but it works out here. But he's falling down because he's a big dude. And that's what big dudes do if they have strength. And I got to say, I like his competitive. So, again, I'm just giving you a true picture of what this offense has to offer. And now, because of time's sake, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to the defense here. And we're trying to run through that fairly quick because we are running out of time. We want to get everybody ready. I want to make sure I get my pick in. And here we go. I didn't even do the RPOs. We're going to go ahead and do this Penn State defense. Here we go. Now, before I get into this Penn State defense, I do want to talk a little bit about RPOs, okay? RPOs are huge. RPOs are important. And the reason why I'm saying that is because offensively, Garrett Green needs to take advantage of anything Penn State is at a disadvantage. They have to find the holes. Coach Johnson, how important is it to go ahead and not only play mistake-free or play fewer mistakes than Penn State, but to actually go ahead and hurt them where they're a little bit soft?
There's no question. I mean, and don't you think Garrett Green brings a option to the table as far as like make him run the ball? I mean, he's got good enough feet. He can throw the ball, but he gives us another option, which we're going to need against that defense.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, you're going to see Kalen King here. This is your first-round draft pick, or going to be, they say, first-round draft pick. But that was him getting beat there. And I want to just show that because they can be beat. They can be beat. That was a 3rd and 10, and he got that. But go ahead and take a look at this. Now, look at this. This is Manny Diaz right here at his best. Now, they ran out of time. It was time delayed because they got confused. I'm talking about Ohio State here. But watch this. You see the defense, all right? You're coming. You got some guys showing that they're coming. A guy showing he's coming, then pulls out. And while you have the guy that's over the trio receivers up top, he's coming instead. So again, as you don't know who's coming. Look at the line here. All right, you see the defender above the trips over. You see that, Maverick? Mm-hmm. All right, and then you see the backer showing. So they're disguising. This is Manny Diaz to a T. This is what he likes to do. And the reason why he can do it so well with this group is that they're older. They're not young, and you can communicate, because that's usually evolves. Teams that get older, they evolve with all that experience. So again, watch it. Watch what's coming. The offensive line has to be ready. Garrett Green or Nico, whoever it is, has to go. Now they're going with a zone blitz. This is all zone blitz here, but you don't know. It's muddle right there. Right, backers, D-line up. You don't know who's coming. Again, you can see it. This is Manny Diaz. I'm telling you, the ability. Coach Johnson, how important is it to go ahead and recognize this? Look at this. You see the arrows right now. Who's coming, who's not. You don't know who's coming. The offensive line doesn't know who's coming. Garrett Green doesn't know who's coming. You have to wait until you snap the ball to find out, but you know you got what? You got zone blitz or zone, because you got up top, right? There you go. Looking like zone. And then that's the Steelers to a T right there, man. That's what they did when they brought all that. So they bring 4, but look at what they did. They brought the corner. So this is not your traditional Hawkeye bring 4. Okay, this right here is your untraditional bring 4. Look at the corner coming from the very top. All right, safety's now 5 numbers, so you're not supposed to see it. Now Ohio State, that's C.J. Stroud. He does a pretty good job of picking that up. And look what they got over there. But again, it's 3rd and 6. Now the bring. Now look at this. This is Manny Diaz, Coach Johnson. This is cover 0, baby. All right, they're bringing 7. Look at what they got right here. They've got to bring the whole kitchen sink, man. Oh, they brought 6 and they bailed one guy out. All right, my bad on that. There you go. So they brought 6 and they bailed one guy, but they showed 7, did they not? And then again, you have athletes that attack downhill on the DBs because they are strong. All right, there we go. We're going to go ahead and a couple more. And you can see that there are holes when they go zone blitz. There are holes to hit. Garrett Green is going to have to hit that, or Nico, whoever it may be, hit it. But there you go, man. I'm just trying to show you that it is possible. You block, you pick up the blitz. What do you got? You got holes in the zone blitz. If you can pick it up, am I right, Hawkeye?
Yes. One thing I noticed, though, Penn State, they tackle well in the open field. Look at that.
They do. Well, that's because they got 9 guys that are going to get drafted.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Okay, so right there you can see that. But I'm telling you, I put this in there to say, listen, all right, they're good, but you know what? They could all have a bad day. Can they not, Coach Johnson? All have a bad day.
There's no question. It's that's the way you play the game.
Yep, that's the way you play the game. And I am going to go ahead and stop this here. All right. If you can see it. Oh, my gosh. So good. Outside contained. Look at it. They got outside contained. Oh, see, do you see how he went out and he dropped back? And then they have a defensive lineman. That's what's the difference there. When you look at the other defenses, when you put it all together, when you look at the havoc rate and all the interceptions that they had, the 43 sacks that they had, all the things, you look at that havoc rate, it all works with cover 2 data. All right, so the key is this. Again, this data is based upon last year's data. Okay, so what I would take from it, I'd take the offensive line because they're the same people. I would take the havoc rate on the defense. I think West Virginia's defense and what they were not good at, because even though there are different people in there, I'm not so sure. They're going to have to show me. And I'm looking at it, so I'm taking that cover 2 data and what the numbers show that West Virginia should make it in the cover. What did you say about the cover? The line. 20 and a half.
20 and a half?
Yeah.
I don't think they cover.
You don't think they cover?
I don't think they cover.
Okay. What did you say?
I basically gave an opinion where I didn't say which one I took, or I would take if I was a betting man, but I don't think that they cover. I think Penn State covers.
Okay. And Reno said that Penn State, that West Virginia does not cover, right? Okay. So, folks, this is what I'm telling you. And there you go. So, cover 2 data says that West Virginia will cover, even though it's based on last year's analytics. But when I look at the havoc rate, when I look at the offensive line returning, and when I see that, I'm going to say this. You know what? West Virginia's going to cover, baby. Whatever. Yeah, West Virginia. Are you going to make that bet? West Virginia's going to cover. Cover 2 data says it. We're going to go with it. Listen, you got to make that bet. That's on you. That's not on me. But I will tell you this. Penn State wins. All right? Not too hard to go with that. All right. We're going to be out of here, man. I got nothing else to say. Let's go, Mountaineers. Tell me I'm wrong. Prove me I'm wrong. Get up there. Get your blood boiling. Play smart. Play above the distractions. All right, play intelligently, but play fierce, and then you never know what can happen. All right, that's what I have to say. Anybody want to say thank you so much, Pal Bar? We appreciate it. Yeah. All right, let's go, Mountaineers. Oh, good job, people. Very nice. And with that, I say this. How about some Zach Frazier and with our closing commercial? And how about our new sponsors? We got to love them. Here we go. Rock and roll. Coach Johnson, thank you so much. We'll see you, buddy. And let's go Mountaineers, right?
Go Mountaineers, let's go.
All right, rock and roll. Take care.
Hi, I'm Zach Frazier from Fairmont, and when I'm back home, you'll find me at my local Parmar store.
We have that gold and blue pride at your local Parmar store. We are coming to your neighborhood soon. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Maryland, we have you covered. Download the Parmar app and sign up for the Parmar Rewards Card. Food, gas, groceries, and more, we are gold and blue proud, and we are Parmar stores.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Buzzballs, ready-to-drink cocktails. #1 single-serve premix brand in the U.S. Buzzballs, have a ball. Stationers, #1 office supplier in West Virginia. Always in stock. Paul Mini, the anywhere, anytime chargers, powering a connected world. Never buy AA batteries again. Rechargeable 500 times plus. Paul Mini AA USB lithium battery, as easy to charge as your cell phone. Sustainable energy. Stay charged. Go green, save green. Feel the power of Paul. Order now at paulmini.com.
West Virginia United.